Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dan Hussey with Zaner Ag Hedge, bringing you a strategy of the day update here for November 3rd, 2022. Remember, trading futures involves risk. It is not suitable for all investors, but everything I talk about here today is just my own opinion and not a direct trade recommendation. We'll be going live with the strategy of the week here in about 15 minutes at 2 p.m. Central, as we do every week. To get access to that webinar or sign up for the to be on the mailing list to get the recording link to that webinar, sign up in the comment section or the information section of this video. But today I wanted to do a little recap here, or a strategy of the day on cotton. You know, a market we don't usually talk about, but December cotton in its third day now of limit up moves. I arguably should have done this report yesterday or the day before, as we were making a move up into the 18-day moving average. But as we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, we are getting excited about 2 weeks ago about a move back towards that 18-day and hopefully break above to kind of excite the bulls and to, in my opinion, give us a buy signal or a reason to be bullish on a technical chart for cotton. Three waves down in equal legs, a pretty big steep move from the 133 highs. That 134 leg down to the 82 level, roughly 50-point drop. 120 measured down to the 70 lows, another 50-point drop there. So equal legs down in a massive move in a corrective structure for cotton. Now that we are back above that 18-day moving average at 79.50, trading up to 83 today and up, lock limited at 4 in expanded limits, does lead me to believe that we are now in a period of price discovery higher, and at the very least probably going to trade in a period of mean reversion. In other words, we use the short-term trend indicators like an 18-day moving average to determine not necessarily where to buy the market on the dips here on the way up, but it's certainly, you could see every time we held above that indicator, we did, until effectively we would flush out below it and go down to test some larger moving averages and revert to the mean. In this case, you could witness the market having reversed back below that 18-day moving average and then entering into a bear market in a downtrend here. Because once we kind of came back, went below it there in May and June, we never really came back above it, with the exception of that short covering rally in August, which was then quickly reversed, and we obviously saw the market down to new lows. Not contract lows, but new lows, and certainly trying to find a new normal for cotton. One of those markets that saw a big inflationary move last year didn't really see prices walk back until now. Well, there's a 50% retracement for you from basically 140 down to 70 in 3 legs. Now back above that 18-day moving average. To me, this is a technical buy signal. It's a limit up day, so it's hard to come in here and buy it just like that, but certainly, as you can see, as we started to break above it here back in late July, early August, it had some, a fight over that area, and certainly came after a couple limit up days to start that move. So wouldn't be shocked to see the market cool off now, having sucked in anyone who wants to be a buyer, and people will be rushing in and try to buy cotton now. And certainly they'll all say, oh, well, Dan Hussey did a video on it, right? Well, no, I'm not advocating buying here today or right now. I'm just saying we have a key reversal type of signal, right, on a technical chart. Going back above an 18-day or 19-day moving average, looking for mean reversion, 3 legs down in equal legs, 50% retracement. If you draw, think from 0 to the 140 high in cotton, 70 is just a pullback, and moving averages above us that I would like to see us go back and test. We left an open gap here on cotton down around 175.24, so that is something to think about. But hey, bull markets don't fill gaps. And I wouldn't be shocked to see us run up to test the 55 or 100-day moving average around 93 to 95, before finding substantial resistance. 90 is the big figure at this time above us. That's a day and a half, 2 days away now from getting there, but we'll see what happens. So one of the headwinds on this working against cotton right now will be that dollar index. A big reason the market is, I think, moving here is because we're all ambitious that China, might be coming out of a period of economic slowdown with their no COVID policy. Rumors of removing that, coupled with maybe some anticipations of better exports. And we were hopeful for a falling dollar there to help those export numbers, but the dollar seems to be rallying still and taking us up into resistance here today. that is something that will be working against us. And we'll look at both of these charts and a lot more here in just 10 minutes time at the Strategy of the Week webinar. So do please join me and sign up for that here in 10 minutes time. You can find the sign up links in the comment section and the information section of this email. And if you can't attend it today, or you saw this video later, but you still want to be a part of that, every week I do send out a email with the link to watch it at a later date and at your leisure. So with all that being said, that concludes today's Strategy of the Day webinar. Looking for that technical move back above that 18-day moving average, potentially being a buyer on the dips here, and certainly looking for that 70 area on the cotton to hold. I'll be looking at trying to do this a couple of ways. One very short-term way would be via December options going off in just a week. A little further out with 100 days to go into March, going to be paying a lot of time value there, but looking at calendar spreads there, call spreads that could be advantageous for the trader to limit risk and still have some upside potential. Thanks for joining me for the Strategy of the Day, everyone. You can always reach me over here at Zaner at 312-277-0110. Find me on Twitter or Facebook, or shoot me an email at dhussey@zaner.com. Always looking to work with clients and help individuals getting access to the futures market, whether that means you're a commodity professional and a producer, or looking to speculate. We've got something to help you and empower you over here over at Zaner. Give us a call. Join me later today for that Strategy of the Week webinar in 10 minutes. And with all that being said, have a great day, everybody, and we'll be back with you as price action develops. Take care, everyone.